What's up, world? This is Mr. Nicholas King Bowleg Brown, Father of the Year. Today is day 104 going live. That's right, 104 days going live, consistently persevering through challenges. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I am coming to bring you positive energy, some guidance, some understanding, some wisdom from personal experience. And I think I just want to lead off this one here is just by saying, you find yourself going through challenges, just know that there's a brighter side at the end of the tunnel. Focus on what you can control, and what you can't control, get it to God, the Most High, whoever you pray to, and do your best to find some joy as you're finding meaning in the challenges and the pain that you may be find yourself going through. And I want to say thank you to everybody for your well wishes, your positive words, your congratulations, and all your words of encouragement. And just let you know that if we can do it, you can do it too. And that there's two ways to look at things. You can look at things in an optimistic way, and you can also look at things in a pessimistic way. Where we come from is so much easier and quote unquote realistic to look at things in a pessimistic way. You know what I'm saying? It's looking for the bad because that's what we're used to seeing. And that's what our environment reflects and things like that. But I find it to be way more productive once we develop our mindset to be more optimistic, to where we're doing our best to focus on the positive side of things, not to negate the fact that we're going through challenges and things like that, because we all go through challenges. Matter of fact, all the progress that we make and are making and have been making has been made in the midst of going through challenges. So instead of letting the challenges get the best of us and make us quit and stop, we continue to press forward and persevere and push forward and keep moving and keep enjoying each other's company and thinking about the positive things that we got and things that we are thankful for, and the things that we should be thankful for. Whether it's family, food, clothing, shelter, freedom, being able to be amongst each other and enjoy laughter, to be able to be amongst the living and reflect on the positive and joyous moments that we have and that we've shared, reflecting on our upbringing, reflecting on all those things, reflecting on the loved ones that were here at once, and thinking about the positive impact that they've made on our lives and the lives of others. Because just as easy it is for us to focus on the bad side of things and be pessimistic, I'm not going to say it's easy to be optimistic, but it's necessary and it's well worth it. Just like somebody saying that they can't do something, it's as simple as to say that you can do something. I read or was taught somewhere that the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. So I would say stay focused on what you can control, and just find ways and reasons to be grateful. Because if we don't, it's just gonna make life that much more heavier and that much more harder. But when you're focusing on things, I put it to you like this. Let me give you an example. Let's say you may find yourself struggling with your bills or having car troubles, or somebody may owe you some money, or you may want to do things you can't do. And if you don't see any way for you to solve those problems, then it makes things heavier and harder for you. But if you're going through those same experiences, but you know you got your income tax coming, or you know you got money on the way, you tend to move in a more productive way, in a productive manner. Even if you don't have anything on the way that you can see, by having a positive mindset on it and thinking about it, sometimes and many times God send you blessings through unexpected ways, through through people, through all kind of ways. But I'll say it's more productive and it's more fulfilling to have an optimistic and a positive mindset. And I'm not saying that it's easy to obtain one, because you got to work at it and you got to build it, especially coming from where we come from. Because I remember before I was able to start thinking so optimistically and have a positive mindset, it was so, when people would ask me like, okay, what are you doing? You know, when I common responses is we just trying to stay out the way. And we say that because coming from where we come from, rather people end up having to pay for tickets, people end up going to roadblocks, people end up losing loved ones, freedom on the line, not having the money that you need or want, phone or bills or cable, all these different things might get cut off. So it's like trying to be positive when you're going through those things and people around you going through similar things. Like, how you gonna be positive and optimistic in that type of environment? But I have found when you get on the other side and you start getting a positive mindset and you're around people that got resources and things like that, it's a whole nother way of looking at things. I mean, like they start having a positive expectation of things to go their way. And then, not saying everything gonna go the way you want always, but just know that the things that we go through and the things that happen to us are not only happening to us, they're happening for us, for our growth and development, our mindset, for us to be able to handle the blessings that we got coming in the future, and also to handle the challenges and obstacles that we have end up facing in the future as well. So just knowing that we are not in this thing by ourselves, knowing that God, the higher power, is working things out and answering our prayers through a lot of our challenges and things. Because I would have never thought that me being falsely accused with crimes I didn't commit, dying at 16 and going through a whole bunch of stuff, spiraling out of control, drinking and going out, would lead me to be in a position to where I can become a better father, I can become a better uncle, I can be a better member of society, and to help people overcome those same or similar challenges, those hardships and things like that. And I'm not speaking from theory or just using words or things like that. I'm actually speaking from a place of experience. So that means what I say has a whole lot more weight and a whole lot more value, because I'm somebody that has gone through it. So it's another thing. It's one thing for somebody to tell you something, that things gonna be all right, but they never gone through things or nothing like that. But then you have someone that has gone through those things and been able to overcome them and become a whole better person, and able to find the benefits and the positive things that we were able to attain from going through those challenges that we would have never wanted to go through. But we were built strong enough to handle those things. And once we come through those things, it puts us in a position to where we can lead by example, and we can be in addition to being better examples for our children, but we can be those role models and those lights for people that's coming out of the darkness and find themselves in the dark places, the sunken places, that some who give up inside themselves, some who give up inside the world, if that makes sense. In public, I guess you could say. Some people deal with things they can't handle, or they can't handle things, so you see it spilling out in public. Some people suffer in silence. Most people deal with things behind closed doors. Now, when we get online, we see the highlights and things like that. We see the highs, but most of the lows are not viewed. People don't get to see those lows, from like the car troubles or the overdrafts or the foreclosures, the lights being turned off, food not being in the refrigerator. Like, I'm coming to you speaking about all the things I'm speaking to you about. We've experienced those things, and some of those things we're experiencing right now, but we still move forward. So I would say my message, as I'm thinking, is about one of perseverance. Keep going, keep growing through it. The things that's happening, not just happening to you, they're happening for you. And it's all about how you look at it, find the value in those things. And then we want to keep our children from going through certain challenges, but we have to remember that the challenges that we've gone through and the things we overcome are what make us strong enough to handle those things. And if our children don't see us handling challenges or go through challenges themselves, then they won't be able to handle things, which in a lot of cases, when people can't handle things, they crumble and they break and they fold under pressure. A lot of times they end up result to crime, or they more likely result to drugs. And that's why you see people who may be coming from households that we on the outside looking in, like they got it all together. Like, damn, y'all came from a good house, a good family. How they out there in the streets? How they doing this and that? Is because they wasn't able. They didn't learn how to overcome challenges and persevere through things like that. So when we find ourselves going through these blessings, through these challenges and these trials and tribulations, be thankful for them, and be thankful that the ones that we go through are our own, and then we're not going through other people, because no matter what we're going through, somebody else is going through something way worse, and it's always that way. And if you don't know them, like, you probably know somebody going through some way worse, but if you turn on TV, you see people going through tragedies every day, whether it's in this country or outside this country. People getting bombs dropped on them. They separated from their family. Like, even with the people that you see is going on with the ICE stuff, even though we have our own challenges and that's what some other people are going through, it always can be worse, just like it always can be better. So we got to be optimistic. We got to learn how to think better. We got to learn from thought leaders, motivational speakers, so we can learn these strategies, because there's ways to put your mindset and start creating or build your mindset and create the life that you want in the midst of going through challenges. Instead of giving up, we have to grow up through them and grow through them, and we build ourselves, and we become stronger, we become more capable, and we become more valuable. And as we're learning and we're growing while we're growing through them, it puts us in a position where we can be more equipped to handle things, which that in itself, in those testimonies, that puts us in a position to where we're in a way we're experts how to overcome things, no matter what we do. Like, if you work at a gas station, or if you work at a restaurant, you work at anything like that, if you've been doing it, now you have the skill and ability where you can teach somebody and train somebody. And in this day and age, if you got a phone and you got some type of skills and you can kind of convey your message, you can train and teach somebody how to do things. And so there's blessings all around us. Learn not to complain. Learn to be more grateful. Appreciate your family. Really, really love on your family. Learn as much as you can about God and how God works. Be thankful for the time that you have, even if you don't have a job at the moment. If you don't have a job, but you got food, clothing, shelter, and you got your children around you, use that time to create those moments, whether you're watching movies together like we enjoy doing, you eating together like we enjoy doing, and having discussions to where you can kind of block out some of the things, some of the problems. So again, I would say keep moving forward, stay focused, stay positive, be grateful, and stay optimistic. Again, this is Mr. Nicholas King Bowleg Brown, Father of the Year. This is day 104. I've been going live for 104 days. Now, if you know me, you know that this has been like a real challenging thing for me to do, because I was taught, you keep your business to yourself and not to really be on camera like that. And so this is my contribution to help those that know me, those around me, and also to enrich myself as well, because we had to realize that the things that I've gone through, not only since I've grown through them and been able to build myself up, I can help other people with these things, especially the young people who find themselves going down the wrong path or don't have any direction, or just wandering in this world, don't know what to do or how to do it. So when you find somebody who's come from where we come from, has gone through some of the things that you've gone through, some of the things that you haven't, it lets you know that it's possible. And I'm just a reminder to let you know that you can do it, and that there's greatness inside you, and that if we can do it, you can do it too. But everything starts in the mind. If you don't know something, learn from somebody who do know something. And as you're listening to these things and you're reading these things and you're showing up, you're growing, you become a whole better person. And then you get to look back and you get to see how far you've come and how far you've grown. And not only that, your children get to see you overcome these things and see how far you've grown, which it puts them in a position where it's kind of like a relay race. No, we don't want our children to go through the same things that we've gone through, but we want them to be capable of handling anything that life throws at them. We don't want them to be caught off guard and then just break down under pressure. So I would say stay faithful that things going to work out in your favor, but also take the necessary action to make it happen that way. So like I say, I learned from people like Les Brown, Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, and it's a whole lot more. Most definitely from the Nation of Islam, Minister Farrakhan, Malcolm X, all these people, you just change what you're doing or what you consume I'm not even just talking about the food, I'm talking about the music and the entertainment. If you change the things that you listen to all the time, and you put something more positive, something that's going to teach you and train you, especially knowing that these people are respected and known worldwide, and they're multi-millionaires and things like that. What's up, bro? Then you just listen to these things, you put them in the background. You don't even really have to really focus that much on it, but if you put it on the background and you listening to it and your children get to hear it, it grows you and it feeds your subconscious mind without you really doing it yourself for the most part. You just got to expose your children to it and create an environment to where it can foster growth and development. And again, if we can do it, you can do it too, and it's necessary. You ready to go to Dollar Tree? Okay. All right, so until next time, stay tuned.